going to be recording. Okay, so it's totally informal team meeting. We're just chit-chatting, Claudia and I, about some ideas that we want to have, that I have, that maybe I want to run past you guys, see what you guys think, and then also up to date on some new things that are coming up. So everybody knows about the health bet. Everybody is up to speed as far as how to run it, what it entails. Everyone's promoting it, talking about it, trying to get people engaged. Right now, because how many more days are left in the month? Just because there's like 2 more days left in the month, right now is mostly where you should still be doing like your 5 invites a day and reaching out and meeting new people. 5 new people a day, do your 5 friend requests a day. And then just keep doing that. But primarily, this is where I shift gears and focus on like, hey, it's go time. It's do or die type of thing with people that you have invited all throughout the month. People that it's pretty much follow-up time. People who have said, yes, I want to do it, but you haven't heard anything back from them. These are the last 2 days where you should be like, you know what, let's get it started now. Promotions are ending now. More so than anything, I wouldn't want you to miss out on this deal because you've already established their goals. They already know what they want. You already know a little bit about their life and how it's structured. And you can always seal the deal with the health bet. So that's part of it. And then if anything else, you have the 30-day money-back guarantee. So that's that. Then we have the surge. So the surge is coming up on Thursday, and it's going to be for an hour and a half. And I like the surge just because it's very informal, and Carl Eichler talks about like lots of things that are coming up, where we are as a company. It's always good to hear that. And he's very interactive with other coaches. He's going to be getting some live calls, taking some live questions from people. So you can type them in, you can submit them during the surge. And that I believe is going to be like on like a Facebook Live, or not a Facebook Live. I think it's going to be on a YouTube Live video where you can ask questions and do all that great stuff. So I've always gone to them. I've always gotten valuable information from them, and it always helps me.
The surge is basically just a Q&A from Carl.
I think the last portion is going to be Q&A, but we really never know what Carl's going to be talking about.
So he's going to present, okay.
Yeah, so he's going to do some presentations, some updates, like a quarterly update type of thing, what's going on, what's new, what's coming up. A refresher, again, about like the three-week yoga, the health bet, core to force is coming up as well, and how you can use that and maximize that and going into your business for the end of the year. One thing I did want to talk about was, what do you think about active role playing?
Okay.
So that's something that I want to talk about. I know that a lot of people will do role playing with their coaching in their business, because what happens is you don't know what to encounter when you're talking to someone. But if you've experienced some objections that maybe I haven't experienced, and I'm experiencing certain objections that maybe you haven't, and so the better prepared we are in and comfortable we get in those scenarios, the better we are to be like, oh, I know, I can respond without being like, oh, what do I do? What do I say?
Yeah.
So I want to throw that out. If you guys want to do role playing, we can do that. And you can either do that with me on a one-on-one basis, and I'm going to set certain hours and say, hey, look, just take 15 minutes and just do one role play, and that's it. Inviting
I'm fine with that.
And just 15 minutes. It's not going to be like an hour, but no, 15 minutes. You get on the call and you're immediately saying, hey, this is Claudia, your Beachbody coach. We met on Facebook. How are you? And go into it.
Right.
So we know to go back and forth on the call without, and it feels like you're calling me as a prospect And it's like it feels like a real life scenario. So the more comfortable we get in those situations with each other, then, the more comfortable we'll be outside too.
Yeah, I've done some of that with like customer service scenarios at work, but
good.
the answers don't come easily because this is totally like different,
Yeah, and you get prepared, right, for like
right.
the day. What's the thing? It's like an athlete always trains and trains and trains for that one big
right.
game. That one big game. You never know what it is. So it's for us to be constantly training and learning, but applying and doing that. So that's one idea that I do have and I would love to do. So I might just do different schedules in the week and just say, hey, pick a slot, and then that's going to be your slot. Like either you can choose to do that 2 times a week or once a week or whatever you want, but just 15 minutes. That's it. So that's one. I know I want to follow up on when we're having like interacting in objections and really looking at and covering each other's back. Like this is the end of the month. We need to have that last push to really help ourselves, but really focus on the people that we're trying to help. Did you listen to the National Wake Up Call this morning?
I didn't listen to all of it. I listened to half of it and then I had to go because I was at work.
Okay.
But I do on the podcast.
Okay, good. I really enjoyed it, and it really helped me out in a couple of things. And then I listened to my own motivational podcast later on, and it really helped me out in a couple other things as well that I'm dealing with. It was about like focusing on the goal and the end result, but really not focusing on it from a numbers perspective. Right? Like you're focusing it on a larger picture, and that's the larger picture that's going to motivate you to do those daily tasks consistently, right? Like just like we plug in our workout, we do that as well consistently. So that really helped me too. And then I listened to this one sports motivation podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He was a previous NFL football player and then a firefighter, and now he's coaching other athletes. But I really feel, and I've always felt growing up, that athletics and sports really have lots of life lessons in them.
Right. And never give up. Yeah.
And even now in our own, personal, physical, progression and what we're up to, even during a workout, it really talks to me as far as like what I do on a daily basis, relationships and normal stuff, right, in life. So he was talking about, you want to get like to a certain level, right, in your fitness. You want to get to a certain place in your fitness. But when you do the certain things that you do in order to get there, but you're not seeing results. You're not seeing anything, right? And he talks about how the reason you are not seeing anything is because you aren't focused on those little daily tasks to provide that bigger picture. So when you go and do your daily workout, this is just a comparison, you're doing it just to do it, but are you really in it? Like, are you in it to win it type of thing? Like, are you truly focused on that task at hand, and not focused as far as like you don't have any distractions or anything, but like, is your heart in it? So like when you do a workout, and I was thinking about like my own personal workouts and how like on my tummy, it's like, oh, I see the muscle, but I'm not seeing it truly. And I feel the muscle, but I'm not visually seeing it, right? And he's like, and so then I had to reflect, and it's like, okay, well, what am I doing in my workout? And do I go into my workout like totally motivated, totally excited, or is it just something that I'm doing to do?
Just to check it off that you did it that day, yeah.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, I might be checking it off, right? And it's great to check it off because I'm a lister and I love lists and I love schedules and I love all that stuff. But am I really in it and in those 30 minutes? And do I need to give myself a pep talk before? Do I need to like jump up and down and get into it and really remind myself why I'm doing it. And that's when I was like, oh my God. And that's what really this morning pushed me in like my 5-mile run. Like I started off really slow and lagging and I didn't want to do it. And I don't like long workouts. I'm like, get in, get out, do it, and let's move on.
Yeah.
And then when I analyzed my run, it was really slow at the beginning, really slow. And towards the end, my mile speed was decreased. Like I could do my mile faster at the end of my workout than at the beginning of my workout. And typically you'll see it the other way around. You'll see it like really fast and then it goes like really, really slow. And that's because I was listening to this podcast while I was working out and really focusing on what I was doing right then and there, right? So like before this call, I made sure I like became present on what I wanted to do and motivate myself and be in it, you know, so that I can show up. Not just show up because, oh, I got a call to be there and I got a call to do it and I just want to do it and I just got to check it off. No, I got to show up here because that's something that I want for the bigger picture. I want something for my business. I want to be consistent. I want, you know, other people to rise and do these calls, you know. I want to stay home. You know, that's the bigger picture. So I really had to sit down for myself. So it goes on to like, it just became a real reality check. Like, okay, when I sit down to actually do my business, am I doing my business just to do it? And am I going backwards into the monotony of the rat race?
Right.
And I was like, no, I can't go. So I was like, no. So it's like, no, absolutely. It was like, put on the brakes. No way. That's not what's going to happen. So look at that a little bit. And I kind of feel like that podcast was just mind blowing. Because, you know, I'm always talking about how fear is fun and be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And, you know, what was the other one? Those are the two ones that I love. But there's another one. Scary, success is scary or something like that. But those two I really, really love. But he said, he took it up a notch and he said, if there are a lot of situations where you're uncomfortable and I challenge you, want to push you to get to that position where put yourself in those uncomfortable situations. Force yourself.
Right.
Be in those uncomfortable situations so that you become totally confident and comfortable in those situations so that it just becomes like I said, like peanut butter. Just like melted butter. Smooth.
That's a good one.
That's what I really, really love and want to focus on. The end of the month, if we get to where we want to get to and really just focus on the people that we're trying to help, view our own success and everything else on the team to fuel us and be like, wow, you know, they're doing it. They can do it. It's a true testament, you know, to what others can do. It's just, they can't see it yet. But as long as we're supporting them to get to that next level, then we've done what we can. Yeah. So look at it from that perspective. Go 100% for the last 2 days. I know I'm wrapping up some stuff here at home because it's deadline time. So I have my own deadlines personal at home. Kids are going back to school. Craziness happening. But I mean, life is life, right? Life is always going to be.
And that's a good thing too, because it might be too late for August, but a lot of the objections I get is that, I'm so busy right now, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. So maybe a lot of moms, once, that's another thing we could do is say, okay, now mom, now your kids are back to school. Everybody's back to a routine. Is now a better time.
Oh, definitely. That's a definitely great like re-invitation, like a passive re-invitation for people.
Mm-hmm.
moms, like, hey, you're going back into your routine. For me, I was always like, kids are off school. I can work out and not worry about dropping them off at school and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
But so I may be crooked in my thinking, but I was thinking that way. But it's definitely however you can create a solution for people. So one thing that my son has, and I'm coaching and trying to help him out in his situations. Hey, Margaret, how's it going? I want to call you Mags. Can I call you Mags?
Yes.
I'm in the team now. So one of the things that keeps coming up, and I'm trying to coach my son through, is the owning your power and not giving it away to others. And I do this very often, and I also try to coach myself a lot. But when we are, I'm trying to think where I'm going with this. Oh, we were talking about creating a solution for people versus focusing on the problem. So my son and I were driving to our soccer game, right? He's wearing a white shirt. He had to fuel up before the game. I gave him a couple oranges. I gave him a little scoop of peanut butter. And then he had some his Shakeology just to help him out. This is like an hour before the game. So he's eating in the car because he woke up late, whatever. He's like, oh my God, I'm running late. Oh my God, I'm not going to be on the team. I'm not going to be able to practice or before the game. And then, oh my God, I haven't eaten. And then what happens in the car, he's like, oh my God, I spilled orange on my white shirt. It's like always focusing on the problem. He's focusing on the problem. He woke up late, focusing on the problem that he didn't have enough time to eat, focusing on the problem he wasn't going to have time to practice, focusing on the problem that his shirt was stained, but never did he try to focus on the solution. The problem was an event that occurred, and that's it. Well, what are you going to do about it? If you focus so much on the problem, you're always going to be stuck on the problem.
Yeah.
You've got to focus on the solution that you've got to create. And if you focus on the solution, oh, I spilled orange on my shirt. Okay, how do I clean it up? Immediately, you're like, I need water, I need towel. Can I have water? Can I have a towel? Cool. I have towels there, and I have water that I'm going to be drinking at practice or during the game. Okay, wet the towel, clean it up. Mom, take it off. Clean it up. It's clean, right? I'm running late. I don't have breakfast. All right, what can we get for you to eat? Focus on the solution. We got peanut butter. I'll drink some of your Shakeo, and here's some oranges. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
I'm late. Oh my God, what can I do in order to get myself ready so when my mom drops me off at practice? Stretch in the car, do some arm exercises, roll my neck, start getting comfortable, getting my mindset ready for the game. Focus on the solution. So a lot of the objections that we have been getting, use those objections, and now we can turn them around to create solutions for people. So Claudia brought up a really good point. A lot of moms have been saying, oh, I'm too busy, or I'm going on vacation, or I'm going this. Blah, immediately. Hey, Nancy, I'm glad you're back from vacation. I know you want to focus on your health and fitness. You said you want to lose 10 to 15 pounds. Your kids are going back to school. You've got a routine. This is the perfect time for you to start focusing on you and your needs in order to get to those goals. How would it feel like if in this month of September, you lost that weight? And you now feel amazing. So then, you start to have those conversations with them and see what happens. Oh, that'd be great, but I have this coming up. You know what, Nancy? I know that you always have stuff coming up, and I know life always gets in the way, but when are you going to take some time for yourself? So this is where sometimes I'm like, am I pushing too much? Am I going too hard, right? But then I think about, like, I need to stand up for that person and where I see that person, right? If I could do this and I have 2 kids and I have to, yes, you can do it too. But they don't see it yet. They don't see it that they can do it because it seems impossible because they've never done it or because they've done it multiple times before and they completely failed at it. So the difference now with that is you. They didn't have you before. And so that's where we come in and create the solution for them. And here's the thing. They might say no. They might say, oh my God, that was really harsh or something like that. You know, it can happen. Someone told me, he goes, I can't afford it. Stop bugging me about it. I said, hey, no problem. I never want to put you at a financial disadvantage. I only was following up with you because you said you were interested in it and you wanted my support. You know, if you're not interested and if you can't afford it, I don't ever want that to be an issue. I have ways where you can definitely earn your product. But if you're not interested, no problem. Let me know tell me who you think would be interested in losing 10 to 15 pounds in the next 30 days. So you always ask for that referral. So always creating a solution. And if they tell me, oh my God, that was too harsh, Yvonne, which I haven't ever heard anyone say that. So actually they tell me that, oh my God, you're so right. Or, yeah, oh my God, that is so true. Or, oh, or they just say ... You know, and then I ask, ... what is ... right? Always.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry to interrupt. I had somebody today respond to me with like the thumbs up emoji, and I was going to go back and be like, so what does that mean? But I didn't say anything. And I kind of want to do that.
I always go back. I said, great. I'm glad you're on board. Thumbs up means that you are ready. So, so I always say, when do you want to start? Or what's your phone number and email so I can get you started? Really, yeah, throw it back on their plate. The biggest, we were watching a show right now. It's the Arrow. I was doing some tax information and we're watching the show. And Bianca was sorting out some receipts for me. And one of the guys like had a disagreement with one of the girls before, and they were not like, they're just amicable, but they used to date or whatever. So then the guy's like, hey, we should go out for coffee sometime, right? And instead of the girl saying, yeah, sure, we're kind of like blowing him off, she goes, why? And I was like, whoa, that's like something you like don't ask, right? It's like why are you asking me why? Like, why do you think why? And I was like, well, that's really bold. That like took me back for, I was like, well, why not ask why? Like, really, why? What's your intention? I want to know so I can give you a good response. So that's where we are too. It's like asking those tough questions really makes us awesome coaches. Like, really it does. It really, really does. Because we care enough to understand not to let it slide by, not to let that whole mediocrity like scenario come back. Because I mean, one of the reasons why I became a coach was because it allowed me to dig deeper into my relationships, where I would just be like, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Okay, bye. Yeah, we should get together. So I'm like, yeah, sounds great. Okay, but it's really shallow. It's like right here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And that's where I was living my life all night. And then not until I got into coaching that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to the elevator guys at work. And then I started talking to them, and I was like, oh wow, I started learning more about them. You know, I wasn't that type of person before. I was very, very, hi, how are you? Okay, bye, leave me alone. I gotta go do my stuff, like this, right? So yeah, it's an added level. So I was also talking about how I would love, from what I've seen other people do outside the industry, because I always look outside of Beachbody to get ideas and to see what can help me, is role playing. I think role playing is really awesome, and my husband does it all the time with his real estate business, like not like 8 o'clock in the morning. He calls, he goes straight into role playing. they just say, they go, hi, this is Albert Santos. I'm calling from Keller Williams, blah, 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 blah. And they start partner, they go back and forth. Like if he's one's a customer, one's the realtor. Back and forth. So I thought doing one of those calls, I'm going to set up some times. You can choose what times you want, whatever you want. And it's going to be like, seriously, 15 minutes. All it's going to be is either we decide ahead of time. You call me and I'm the coach, or I call you and you're the coach, whatever. And you just role play. You just say, hey, I just go, Claudia calls me and she's like, hey, Vaughn, it's Claudia from Facebook, your beach buddy coach. How are you? Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I was just calling you because, we connected on Facebook and I know that you said you were interested in da-da-da-da. Just having that dialogue and creating being comfortable with those uncomfortable situations will allow us then to speak better to other people, and we can provide feedback. And it's very like honest feedback, like, hey, that was great, but I think you should, I would do this. Or you weren't confident in that part, but I really like this part. Getting that. I hear my husband all the time on it, and I'm like, oh. It's a pretty powerful step. Like he'll go, you know what? You totally messed up on that, but you just got to keep going. Just keep going. Just go.
Yeah.
Keep going. Or there was this other time, well, I got to stop there. That was totally horrible. Let's restart it. And I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. And I was thinking, what do you guys think about that?
I like the idea. Schedule us.
Okay, so I'm just going to open it up. You guys, now that the kids are going back to school, I have more routine. So the other thing I talked about, just to catch you up, friends, Charles Eichler is going to be talking about the surge, a bunch of like recapping stuff. I love to listen to it. You can ask some live questions. He's going to answer some live questions. So any questions you have, be completely honest with him and type it in. Like, really, if you're like, I want to know how this happens, or I want to know how this happens, or whatever it is, do it.
Is he going to send out like an announcement via email or post it somewhere, or like the detail?
I'll post it on the call. I was just looking to see if he has it, but I think he has like a link already.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll post it on. Let me write that down because I'm going to forgo. Hours and surge. And then we all know about the health bet, which is awesome. These last 2 days, friends, I was telling Claudia, aside from like inviting, usually the last couple of weekdays on the month, it really, for me, are you guys okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Kind of froze. The last kind of week or so for me of the month is kind of, I don't take a step back from inviting and adding new friends. I still do that as part of my to-do. But I feel like there's less pressure on that part, and there's more, it shifts to like following up with people. So I really focus on following up heavily with people. Like, hey, this is your time. Going over their goals, going over, like Claudia said, hey, you said this was an issue. You said this was an issue. Now's the time.
Right.
Look, the health bet is there for you. You want some of the $1.2 million? Come on and get it with me. So that's something that you can end off the month with. So that's where my shift kind of focuses on. My shift is focused on. One thing I was going to remind everyone, I am going to do another Coach Life webinar this Wednesday. So while I'm like inviting and talking to people, I always tell them that it's going to be this Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. So if you have anyone, I know Mags, you had someone last week, they didn't show up, either send them last week's call or bring them this week, see what happens. That's always a good one as well. And that's pretty much what I have for today. I would love, I know we want to hear about closing the deal, so some topics for the month of September would be like closing the deal. Anything else?
I think that's my biggest hurdle.
Okay.
When someone says, yeah, that sounds really great. It sounds wonderful. And then that's all they say. And then what might come back is like, great. Are you ready? What other questions do you have? And then it's like crickets.
Okay. So once they say, just a couple of hints, tips right now. Once they say, yeah, I'm ready, immediately, what's your email? What's your phone number? Let's get on the phone call.
Okay.
Those two. And you can get on the phone call while you're driving home.
Okay.
So as soon as they say, I'm ready, email, phone call, email, phone number, and get them on call.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I think that's my biggest one. I mean, as far as like getting their, finding out more about them, what their goals are, getting them to say, yes, send me information about it, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, that sounds really great. And then I'm like, okay, what do I do now?
Okay, yeah. As soon as they say, we can do, I'll do, like, that's where the role play comes in.
Right.
Where you're like, okay, hey, Yvonne, you said, okay, perfect. I just want to say, she's saying she's on the call. Okay, perfect. Any, you want to type in any topics you might want to hear or maybe present on next month? Type it in right there, Mags, in the chat box, since we can't hear you. But yeah, that's something that we can definitely do, like on a role playing, where we're like, what do you do after that? You say, all right, you're ready. What's your email? Let me send you the order details so we can get you started on this date. You just ask, what's your email, what's your phone number, right? And then they say, okay, they give you their email, phone number, great. What's a good time for you to place your order so we can get you started on da-da-da-da, which is you're rehashing your goals.
Okay.
And then when you're on the phone, that's when you can talk about, okay, great. If they need help on a phone call to help you process their order, or maybe they need to, they said they'll do it on their own, but you just want to talk to them. Maybe you want to sign them up initially as a coach. That's when you have that opportunity to talk to them about a coach. Because, so what happens when everybody hears coach?
I freak out.
Everyone freaks out, right? Everyone freaks out. I freaked out. Everyone freaks out. What's that? What's that? Okay, so you immediately say, look, I know you're going to have success in this program. And I know that you are going to see results like I have in so many other people. I want to offer you the choice to either be a discount coach or take advantage of the preferred pricing, or just be a regular challenger. When you do the preferred pricing, I'm going to warn you, it has a coach label, but don't freak out. Don't get all crazy, because it's just a label. There's no commitments, no minimum orders, nothing like that. You just get the price of Shakeology in the following month at the price I pay. That's it. So I've talked to people about it. I've told them about it. And then later on, they'll say, what's that coach again? They're going to ask you again. They're going to ask you like 10 different times. because they don't know it. You do, but they
Yeah.
don't. They don't know that lingo. So you just tell them, oh, that's that discount, that Costco membership, the difference between a regular membership and a gold membership that we talked about on the phone.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, you mentioned something about that. And then you have your cart, you have all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you will have to be upfront about it. Yes, I'm always totally upfront about the coach fee. So what I say
You have the breakdown.
I do. That little chart has the breakdown. And I told them, I'm going to show you the breakdown. There is a cost for the membership, but the net savings, when you compare the two from a customer and the coach price, it's going to be worth your while because you also get that $2 shipping. So I send them that little cute graphic. It saves me every time. And I'm totally always upfront. I say, you can cancel anytime. You can do whatever anytime. I like signed up so many discount coaches just with that little chart. Where is the chart? The chart is in Team Beyond. I will tag you on it. And what I do is I save it onto my phone. And when I always tell them, look, this is the coach price versus customer price. And then I send it to them. And it's like an amazing little chart. Oh, also, one thing, right now it's perfect. All of your challengers that you have who are just challengers, do you know who is just a challenger and is on Shakeology on recurring on HD? Does everybody know? Okay. You're going to have to go. Okay, perfect. You do. If they are not a coach and they're continuing with Shakeology for the next month, this is your opportunity for you to tell them about the coach price. Okay? The way you do that is if they didn't sign up as a coach initially, and if you did bring it up to them, this is where you can say, hey, remember that coach price that I was telling you about where you can save 25% off your where you can save, 25% off of all Beachbody products and save $30 on your Shakeology and get $2 shipping? Well, your next order of Shakeology is coming up. I want you to take advantage of this price. Do you want to save money on your Shakeology in the next order? On the next month? And you're giving them like, well, oh, duh, who doesn't want to save money on their Shakeology? I do, yeah, I want to save money all the time. So then they're going to say, well, remember how I told you when you first signed up it was free? It still is waived, but you have to do all this ugly paperwork. And so I always tell them before when they first sign up as a challenger too, it's easier and less paperwork to deal with if you sign up as a coach now than later. But that's totally up to you. I don't like paperwork myself, but if you like paperwork, that's totally fine. So I always tell them that up front too. I think I'm going to do a video on how to talk about the coach sign up fee just for fun. So right now you go, hey, Nancy, you're doing so great in our challenge group. You're doing amazing. Are you going into a second round? And they're like, yeah, I'm going into the next round. Okay, perfect. Since you're on Shakeology, you don't have the coach price. I wanted to let you know if you want to save money, if you want to save $30 on your Shakeology and get $2 shipping. And if they say yes, then you go and talk to them and you detail everything out. If they say no, say no problems. I just wanted to make sure that I checked in with you because I always wanted to be your choice. I never go, if I see a, if you're talking to a girl, think about when you see a sale at your favorite store, would you recommend it to them? For me, if I see a sale in Nordstrom Rack and it's a pretty good dress, I would definitely tell you about it on how you could save money. But I'm definitely telling you how you can save money on your health and fitness as well. Okay, so then they say, oh, you know what? Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, but I don't know about this whole coach thing. Go, hey, no problem. Don't need to freak out about it. I know I freaked out about it as well. And I was like, what is this coach thing? What do I have to do? I don't want to do this. I don't want to sell anything. and talk to them. Just talk to them like you normally would. Hey, I get you. I did the same thing. If they decide, yes, they want to do it, that's where you go and you give them the little chart and say, hey, you know what? I want to inform you and make you and help you let you know everything and anything, disclose everything, right? Here's a little chart so you can see the side-by-side comparison of what Shakeology would cost if you continue as a customer and what it would cost if you continue as a coach.
Just so let them make the decision.
Yeah, they make the decision, but you're informing them and say, remember all that paperwork I said you'd have to do if you signed up later? Well, you have to do it, but I can guide you through the steps. So step 1 is you have to pay the coach enrollment fee. Sorry, I tried to warn you about this when you first signed up. If you did, great. If you didn't, say, don't worry about it. You get it waived within a day or 2 if you follow my email. So I have an email where it tells them step by step on how to do things. 1, where to go, how to do it, and then I have a follow-up email that I send the second day where it says, okay, now you have to fill in this reimbursement form. It's all online and you do it all on your phone. Boom. 3rd day, hey, did you check your account? I just want to make sure you got that $40 reimbursement fee, right? And so that's where you start to talk, oh, I haven't done it yet. Oh, yes, I did it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, I just want to make sure because your next order of Shakeology is shipping on the 3rd, and I don't want you to get billed. You've done you've done your job, right? And when their Shakeology order comes in, you know, oh, damn it, Yvonne, I should have done that coach thing. You know, can we do it? Or you can have another opportunity a week later when their Shakeology comes in and go, hey, just want to make sure you got your Shakeology. Did you check out that bill? And then they're like, oh, I didn't check out that bill. Check out that bill. See that bill? You could reduce it down. Do you still want to do it or not? Just want to check with you one more time. If they say yes, great. If they say no, that's totally fine. Just want to make sure I am taking care of you, not only in your health and fitness, but in your wallet too. So what that does is you're starting to talk to them about like how you can help them with money, right? So money isn't like this taboo thing that you don't talk about because everyone's like so like, don't talk about money. Or it's like you can't talk about money is good, money is power, money is energy, money is something that we all like have in our life to fuel ourselves. So the more comfortable we become talking about money, the better we are able to talk to them about the coaching opportunity later on. So I'm going to tag Mags on the chart.
Will you tag me too?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Chart. Awesome. So I just want to make sure that we have good aura. I have a couple of people that I am following up with. I am following up with, I had my list. I don't have my folder with me. But I'm going to put it out there. And they say if you put it out there and you put it down, then you get good aura. So I'm following up with Rashna. I'm following up with Franklin. I'm following up with Debbie. I'm following up with Venencia. I am following up with Mindy. I'm following up. I think that's all that I'm following.
I have a Mindy too.
Oh, you have a Mindy too? Okay, perfect. So Claudia, who are you following up with?
Diana, Ariana, Lourdes, Tiffany, Lakusha, Rosa, Amanda, Bianca, Shelly, Adeline, Veronica, Christina. I didn't write down the others, but I have more.
Okay, so and then real quick before I go back to you, who are you following up with, Mags? You might have to type it in. Are you frozen? Are you still with us, gal?
I think she's frozen.
I think she's
I don't see her fan moving.
You're so observant. Oh my God. Okay. Jacqueline, David. Okay. Christian, Gracie. No, don't worry about it. Jacqueline, Sharon, David. Okay, perfect. Awesome. And so while I do this because it feels good to put a name to who we're talking about, right? Versus, oh, I have 10 people I'm following up with, or I'm 5 people that I'm following up with. But like really giving them a name, and then when we see them on Fabulous, pop up or somewhere else, we're like, hey, how's it going? You feel more comfortable talking to them. So I'm putting it out there. I think it's great. Awesome. I think that is all for today. I've got some closing the deal. Think about other topics. Just throw them in Team Beyond Messenger. I think it's great. This is your team just as much as it is my team. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one bugging everyone. But, make it your own. I know you guys pop into A-Team, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I sound like Gary. So take initiative. Be the leader that you want to be. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Be the leader who you are by showing up now when you don't have a team, or if you do have a team, great, show up now, versus waiting until you have a team. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gang. So give me topics too, because I know what I'm struggling with sometimes. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're not struggling with that or whatever. But the next week, we are talking about closing the deal and carrying over what happened last month into the new month. Sounds fabulous?
Yep.
Awesome. We'll talk to you guys later. I love seeing your faces. By the way, Claudia, looking amazing.
I'm not afraid to take selfies anymore.
Yay!
Like, I don't feel like my face is like.
You look fabulous. Really.
Thanks.
So keep it up, all right?
Thank you.
And congratulations to Megs on Emerald.
I know. That's so exciting. Yay. And we got points for that on our team.
Oh,
so that's really awesome. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job. Keep it up, ladies. And we'll talk to you guys on Facebook.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Maggie.